bit of an exercise.
Yeah, everybody should know that the health benefit of exercising yourself is unquantifiable. It is proactive, so it displaces the need for hospitalization. That is why we say health is wealth. When you prevent, then you don't cure. So one should be before the other. Exercising yourself every day is good, not just for your physical health, but also for your mental health, your psychological health, your psychical health, and I dare say, therefore, your economic health, since health is wealth. If you are sick, no amount of money means anything to you. The wealthiest people in the world who still died, if they had an option to purchase their life with money, they would rather give out all the trillions of money they had and keep their health and their life. So when you are strong and healthy, you may not know what God has done for you. But God will not come down to give you good health. You have to do something, you have to contribute by doing the appropriate things. One, exercising yourself, appropriate diet. You can't eat heavy pounded jam by 1 a.m. and then you want to get slim, and then you don't want to get fat, or you don't want to get diabetes. But if in the night, for example, you take little vegetable after exercising yourself, then you are good to go. I prefer taking a lot of water, any heavy food in the afternoon. I'm not a breakfast person, although I've heard of the slogan, in the morning, eat like a king, in the afternoon, eat like a prince, and in the evening, eat like a pauper. I think it does work. So what MOC, Michael Ozekhome Chambers, has decided to do for this quarter is health work, or work for life. And I think we call it
Work for wellness.
yes, work for wellness with Michael Ozekhome, Professor Michael Ozekhome, SAN. So we are going to work from here to through MTN, through Transcorp Hilton Hotel, through the Secretariat, through police headquarters, up to where? To Mona Lisa Park at Area 11. And that's about how many kilometers? 7.5 kilometers. So we have a wellness doctor who came to give us a talk this morning. We also have the road safety corps that will lead us so that we don't interfere with traffic. And I think we also have first aid box.
Yes, sir.
And then we have some vehicles in case some of us may get tired. We don't all have the same ability and capacity. And at the end of the day, we want to use it to celebrate God, to glorify His name in full adoration. So shall it be. Amen. In the mighty name of our Lord Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Sir, one more question, sir. Just on national issue. You just participated in the gathering of eminent personalities, especially on the issue involving Nigerian status.
Yes.
And the issue we want to take you on is regarding the constitution review. National Assembly lawmakers, they are on it. And many people, many states are agitating for creation of more states, while some people are saying that we don't have, the ones who have, many of them are not viable. You share with them in this creating more states?
Well, it's a very dicey situation, because even at the 2014 National Conference, where by the grace of God, the national leadership, the conference leadership pronounced me the C0 of the conference because of my outstanding performance, a lot of people still ask for states. I think they even wanted up to 53 states in addition to the 36 we already have. You have a point there that many of the states right now are not even viable. they are not even viable because of the skilled federalist template we are operating, which is in the form of a unitary system of government where all the powers are concentrated in Abuja, with about 67 items on the exclusive legislative list, including items as mundane as registration of marriage. Your marriage to your spouse is governed by federal law, licensing of vehicles. I mean, these are matters that should even go to local governments, not even to states. But here we are with a constitution that we are saddled with as a schedule attached to Decree number 24 of 1999, which was not given to us by the people, contrary to the preamble of the Constitution, but by a receding military junta headed by General Absalami Abubakar. Now, some of us are even now saying that rather than create more states, we should collapse the present structure into about 6 geopolitical zones, which will serve as regional governments. I now, from my experience now, I was a young boy when the parliamentary system was being operated. I've read a lot of literature, and I've seen that a parliamentary system of government operating on regional basis will be more beneficial to the people because it will catalyze development and competitiveness amongst the regions. But right now, no state is competing. All of them just go to Abuja at the end of the month, using their commissioners for finance, to go and take from the federation account, to go and share under section 162 of the Constitution. So Nigeria has become a sharing country which is not baking. All these states don't care about how to bake. How many people know that Nasarawa state nearby here has over 36 types of solid minerals, followed by Plateau state with up to 28, followed by Sokoto, Kaduna state. But we are not doing all this. All we are relying on is a monoproduct of oil, crude oil, which is fast losing its value across the world. So I would have always said, if we are going to retain the state structure, then we should retain the states as the federating units to the federal government, thus having 2 tiers of government. But right now we have 3 tiers of government, including the local government, which has been marginalized. So the local governments ought to be a matter for the states. If you want to create as many as you want, like Lagos State won't did under Tinubu, go ahead. If you want to decrease them or depress them, go ahead. But looking for states for the sake of states is not going to take us anywhere, because each state will start its own bureaucracy, its own ministries, its own commissioners, its own MDAs, and the rest. The only state I would have said should be created in Nigeria right now should just be in the southeast, to bring them to equity and equality with other states of the federation. Because the northwest has 7 states, northeast 6, north central 6, southwest 6, south 6, only southeast has 5. That is not good for a federation that is supposed to be fiscal. Let every state, and if we are going back to regional governments, let every regional government produce its own products and then use its own products to develop, paying royalty or tax to the government at the center. And the government at the center must be a very lean government, having few items to deal with: foreign relations, currency and banking, defense, internal affairs. These are usually central banking. These are usually the areas, coinages. These are usually the area you need federal weight. What is the federal government's business with regulating people producing electricity, producing water, even licensing plates? So we need to operate a truly federal system, as we did it before the Major Kaduna Nzogu Chukwuma-led military purge on the 15th of January 1966, when the then 3 regions, which we got from the 1954 Little 2 Constitution up to 1960 and 1963, when we had 3 regions, before August 10, 1963, when the Midwest region was created out of Western region, and we now had 4 regions. Each region had its own constitution. Then we had the federal constitution at the center, with Tafawa Balewa being the prime minister. But you will see that under that truly federalist fiscal federation or arrangement, Ahmadu Bello was the leader of the NPC, Northern People's Congress, preferred to stay back to govern his people as premier, and he sent his deputy, Alhaji Tafawa Balewa, to the center to be prime minister. And one preferred to be in the opposition, to be premier of his own people. Zik, and after him, Dr. Michael Okpara, preferred to be premier of his eastern region. And then in the Midwest region that was later created, Dr. Dennis Osadebe, Jereti Mariri, and all of them preferred to govern their regions. What did it lead to? Competition, not envy, not jealousy, but healthy competition. Ahmadu Bello will say, okay, I want to develop my people. How do I start? He set up the Northern Nigeria Development Corporation, NNDC. With that, he could use the northern products, which were the Kano groundnut pyramid, the hides and skin and the cotton, to develop the north, building the Yankari Game Reserve, the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, the Doba Hotel, and many of the industries you are still seeing there till today. What of Western region? Obafemi Awolowo, the premier, used his mono cocoa product, cocoa, to develop the Western region. He built the Cocoa House, 27-story building. It's still the highest in Ibadan to date, because he had access to his products, and he built the first television station in Africa, the Western Nigeria Broadcasting Corporation. He embarked on rural integrative development. The most important thing is that he gave his people free education at all levels, which made the Yoruba race to access Western education very quickly. And of course, built my university, the University of Ife, now aptly named Obafemi Awolowo University. In the Eastern region, Zik, Akanubiam, Okpala used the mono product. What was it? Palm kernel. To develop the East. Building the University of Nigeria, Nsukka and Enugu, the Transamadi Estates in Port Harcourt and Enugu, the Presidential Hotel in Port Harcourt and Enugu, even the Obudukato Ranch, because he could access his own product. And then in the Midwest, Denis Osadebe, Jereti Mariri, Oketiebo, Mimejo, and all the leaders, Kesiti Momo, Oba Akezwa II, all they needed to do was to use their rubber and timber produce to develop the Midwest. Okpela Cement Factory, Ugeli Glass Factory, and many of them that were on board. What was happening? The region that produced a particular, or that had a particular product, took 50% of what accrues from it. They paid 20% royalty to the federal government at the center. Then they shared 30% amongst all the regions, including the region that had already taken its own 50%. So with that, we saw Nigeria blooming and blossoming, developing, catalyzing. Everyone wanted to outdo the other. But we don't have that now. So all the states now, none of them wants to produce. Which state can you say is outstanding today, apart from having VAT that gives us cheap money? Is VAT a developmental product? Is that agriculture? I'm asking, is VAT agriculture? Is it that you have produced something? You are just relying on taxation on produce from across your area. That's not. So for you to be productive, you need to do what the Asian tigers did when they were behind us in the 50s and early 60s. You need to invest in infrastructure. You need to invest in science and technology. You need to invest in education. You need to invest in job creation. The government needs to give incentives, tax holidays. They need to encourage local industries against more powerful foreign industries. You need to provide security. Without security, no one will go to the farm. No one will go and work. So we need to get it right. Nigeria is not right the way we are operating now. We can't move forward. We are just operating without a compass to a journey of no destination. We can't do it and get it right this way. We can't be owing nearly 150 trillion naira foreign debt, and we hope to grow. We can't be using about 70 to 80% of our budgetary allocation on recurrent expenditure and servicing of debts, therefore freeing only 20 to 30% on capital projects. Is a lie. We can't grow, and that lack of growth creates more insecurity, more anger, more despondency, more quarrels, and more melancholy. And you see people fighting against each other, interreligious disputes. Religious, tribal, ethnic. Nigeria is not moving well. The biggest black nation in the world, that is about 239 million people now, which should use its population as a strength. The biggest black nation on earth is not doing well because we are not doing it right. Go to small countries like Rwanda, Botswana, and see what is going on. We are being left behind. That is why when big countries talk, people like Donald Trump, have you heard him mention Nigeria in any good light? Does he even remember that we are here? Other than when he was saying that Nigeria, whether they now included Nigeria in the yes, and people to be deported. You won't hear him bother about Nigeria, even though he's going to small. Look at Trump in small Scotland here. What's the population of Scotland? Because that's how they respect the people. So when you are not respecting yourself and doing the right thing, you don't expect external powers to respect you.
Thank you, sir.
God bless Nigeria.
The working is you have given us more than enough.